early I could be fit early tomorrow. I'm afraid that if I sleep now, I'd go back into my routine and be, you know, there is nothing wrong with being awake all night unless you have work in the morning. But yeah, I am very much a routine lady. I go to bed at like 10:30 to 11, and I wake up at like between 7 and 8 normally. And that's good for me. I do sleep a lot. I get very sleepy. Oh, glad you were there then. Oh, she was lovely. I was really, really fortunate because she didn't know who I was, because she was barely there, to be quite honest, but she could see who I was delivering papers for, so she got in contact with the paper people, who then got in contact with me and was like, she's all right, because like, you know, she went to in the ambulance, and that was it. I don't know what happened to her after that, and like, I'll be quite honest, it really was weighing on my mind if she was okay, because she was in a pretty rough state when I found her. So yeah, I was quite worried about it, but she got in contact and was like, you know, I'm fine, I'm making a recovery, I had a few breaks, but I should be okay. And then she sent me a gift card as well, which was really, really sweet. I'm like mildly surprised that the newspaper company actually sent that to me. But they did. It was very sweet. But mainly it was just nice to know that she was all right, because you send someone off in an ambulance like that and you just don't know, especially when they're a bit older. Like, you worry. At least I worried. I kept delivering her paper for a while. There had been no one there, and I was just like, oh god. Yeah, so yeah, thankfully she was fine. And then every time when I'd come and deliver her paper, when she did go back to the house again, she'd come out and greet me, and like we'd have a little chat, and she was really, really nice. And it was lovely. And then when I stopped doing the paper round, I let my sister take over it. So I made sure she knew that it was my sister doing it, and then yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. She'd keep an eye out for my sister too. It was very sweet. Could have gone a lot worse. But they teach, like where I was growing up, they taught us first aid really young. So I was quite lucky that I'd only learnt it like 6 months prior, but like I had learnt it. Oh dear. A teeny tiny nap. They escalate quickly, same. I finished stream yesterday and had a 3-hour nap. I was not intending to have a 3-hour nap, but I did. I still slept good last night though, so it's all good. But yeah, CPR is scary. Yeah, CPR is very scary. I've never had to practice CPR. I've had to put people in the recovery position, and knowing basic things of what to do, because both the people that I've dealt with have had quite bad head injuries. Like, you know, don't remove your helmet, don't take the armor off, keep them still, like that sort of stuff. But I've never had to CPR. I know some of my colleagues have, and I know it's been very, very hard. It's very hard. Ah, dear. Zero, welcome on in. Ah, dear. And yeah, they've gone to bed now, but I'm sure they appreciate it. My juffers. I can use a defib though, yeah. I remember, honestly, it was a really hard day at work. I will say, they were fine. The ending of this story is they were fine. But I remember a day at work once where someone had come in with their baby, and their baby was very young, very, very young. And it's always fun, you see a new baby, it's cute, sweet. But this baby suddenly took a real turn for the worse, like very suddenly. They came in and they seemed fine, and then they started turning blue. And this baby would have only been a couple months old. And one of my colleagues had to do chest compressions on this baby. And literally, they saved this baby's life because they were breathing by the time the ambulance got here. And we know because the mother came back in and thanked my colleague for everything that they did. But that was... honestly, big ups to my colleague who did that. They did, I think, go home from work early because honestly, that's a sort of situation you're not paid enough for in retail. Like, she's paid the same amount as me and she saved a baby's life. But yeah, that was amazing. But honestly, I think I'd be too scared on like such a young baby. They cleared the airway. I think she'd been choking on something was the issue. Yeah. So they were like patting her. They were like, yeah. It was just my job to get a screen up so no one could see because of it. What is it called? It's the thing where people can't help but look at a disaster. There was a lot of people